Coming up on Studio A, we're going to hear about both sides of the campus carry debate, and we're also going to hear about a huge San Marcos River cleanup. Hello, my name is Jeffrey Hald, and welcome to Studio A. So today we have some really interesting stories for you guys, and I'd like to introduce the reporters that are bringing us these stories. Today we have Nina Durant, Megan Lopez, Leighanne Coleman, and Candace Evans. Leighanne, I'd love to start with you today. It was a really interesting story on campus carry. The university recently passed its recommendations for the campus carry law. What can we expect for students and faculty?
Yeah, so starting August 1st, a law will take into effect where we can carry a concealed handgun on campus. So I went around and just talked to students and staff about what they're doing to prepare for that.
Perfect. Well, let's go ahead and take a look.
After months of public input and discussions, Texas State is moving forward with its recommendations for campus carry. Starting August 1st, anybody 21 and older with a concealed handgun permit may carry a concealed handgun on campus property. But not all parts of campus are open to the law.
In order to prevent someone from carrying on campus, we have to place signage within the building.
Even with regulation and carve-out areas, there are those who say no amount of regulation makes it okay for students to carry guns on campus.
And I think the lawmakers here in Texas have made a huge mistake. This is really provoking violence on our campuses.
Gail Wiley teaches in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at Texas State. When he was in graduate school, Wiley was jumped by 6 men. He says that he hates the thought of his students possibly being put in harm's way, and that he will be prepared for campus carry on August 1st.
And I intend to buy a bulletproof vest and wear it to all of my classes from here on out. That's how strongly I believe about it. It's my formal kind of protest.
There's two sides to every story, though. Some people see this as a good thing and as part of their Second Amendment rights. Texas State junior Nick Lott agrees with this new law and thinks that students should be able to carry a gun on campus.
I just think it's something that's guaranteed to us by the Constitution, so why not be able to embrace that? Why not be able to enjoy that?
For its part, the university says that its goal is to honor the law as required while maintaining a safe and secure campus that honors academic freedom and academic discourse.
Well, I can definitely see both sides of the story here, but Leighanne, when you were walking around talking with students, what was the general sense of the feelings that you found?
Yeah, so I was actually really surprised with it being Texas and all. You know, I thought for sure that these college students are going to be totally for this law, but to my surprise, it was really hard to find someone for it. I found more people against it. So,
how will people know if someone participates in the campus carry? Will there be, I know you mentioned signage in your story, so how's that going to work?
Yeah, so talking to one of the university police officers, he was telling me exactly how the signage is going to be placed. He was talking about how every main entrance that's used, there has to be a sign. And he also went on to say, like at the LBJ building, they thought about not having guns on the 5th floor. So there also has to be signage saying, you know, there can't be guns here as well. So things like that.
And what is your personal feeling towards this whole gun control thing?
So my personal feelings, especially after listening to Gail Wiley's story, a professor here at in the Mass Comm department, he told me how he had gotten jumped in grad school by like 5 or 6 men. And so after listening to that and seeing how much it affected him and showing how much against this law he is, it really motivated me to, you know, not really see any benefit from this law as well. So I think I agree and I'm against the law completely.
Well, I definitely appreciate you doing the story, Leighanne. It was a good story. Our next story involves the river. It's a huge focal point here in the city. And Nina, this was your story. What was the turnout? You know, where did they get all the volunteers? Were they just environmentalists or were they river goers as well?
It was a really diverse group. There were students, faculty, families. It was crazy how many people were out there. And this was actually the most successful river cleanup there's been so far, so it's really awesome.
I'd really like to take a look at that story real quick.
One thing that brings the San Marcos community together is its love for the river. Earlier this month, more than 700 volunteers stationed at 8 different spots showed their love for the river by cleaning it as part of the 31st annual Great Texas River Cleanup. The event draws students and members of the community to help preserve the beauty of the river that is sometimes spoiled by those who swim, tube, or relax on the river's edge. In the watershed, volunteers not only found plastic bags and cups, but they also found larger items like tires and shopping carts during the cleanup.
Whatever is here in these parking lots, whatever you throw out on the ground, eventually is going to make its way down, and it's going to end up in the bays, and it's going to end up in the stomachs of birds and turtles and wildlife.
The river is home to more than 150 species, some of which are endangered and unique to the waters of San Marcos. Volunteers say they're happy to do what they can during events like this, but encourage everyone to pitch in and help keep the river clean year-round.
Don't litter. There's trash cans almost anywhere you go. Throw your stuff away. It's not that hard, and it can really help our environment.
Now, this story really hits home with me because when I was a kid, back in Fort Lauderdale, we had a waterway cleanup as well, and at the end of the cleanup, we would actually weigh our trash. So, Nina, I'd like to know, do you know how much trash they actually picked up at this cleanup?
I do. There was about 9 tons of recyclables picked up, and that weighs as much as 12 cows, and there was 6 tons of trash, and that's about the weight of an elephant. So, a lot.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so in your story, I also saw that a lot of students were involved, as well as I saw students on Twitter a lot talking about this. Scrolling through Twitter, I also saw how Texas State won an award as well for this. Can you tell me a little bit about that award?
Yeah, Texas State just received the 24th Annual Environmental Excellence Award for all their hard work on the river, so it's really great.
That's really cool. I'm glad our school got that. I know when I first got to campus, we did that, was a university seminar. We went to go do the boat trip, and I know they talked about endangered species in the river. Do you know about how many there is or how many are affected?
Yeah, there's about 5 endangered species in the river, like the Texas wild rice that you saw in the story, and there's even a threatened species, the San Marcos salamander. So hopefully all this work on the river can help save them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's definitely awesome. Thank you, Nina. The last story for today is actually one that highlights a cafe in Austin. And the reason that this one's cool is because you can actually enjoy your coffee with your furry friend. Megan, can you go ahead and tell me what drew you into this story?
Well, cats, obviously. I mean, who doesn't love cats? Because they're the best. So I guess that pretty much what drew me in. And I mean, I was like, there's going to be cats like in a cafe. Like, how does that work? And so I guess I just wanted to see how that worked.
Yeah, I'd love to see too. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Austin is a city that encourages uniqueness. In 5 months after opening, Rebecca Gray's Blue Cat Cafe is one of the more unique places, not just in Austin, but in all of Texas.
To be the first cat cafe in Texas makes me feel so proud and so happy for Austin that we can have it here and for the Humane Society, which we support.
This is the one and only spot in the city where customers can enjoy coffee and Austin street food side by side with the adoptable cats that roam the room.
You can adopt a cat in as little as 15 to 30 minutes. We do all the adoption process here, and you can actually take the cats home from here.
Before entering the cafe, customers are advised to sign a liability waiver and pay a $3 admission fee. That fee helps take care of the cats and allows visitors to stay as long as they want.
Behind the scenes, there's a lot of hard work that takes place to keep the cafe running smoothly.
In order for the Blue Cat Cafe to serve food around this many felines, the building is equipped with carbon filters and a negative pressure litter room to help keep the air quality clean. The filters work so well that the air is even suitable for those who are allergic to cats.
All the air in here is really pure. In fact, we have little devices that measure the quality of the air, and often it's better inside than it is outside.
Customers are usually amazed at how fresh and clean the building is.
As far as cat hair, I really don't see anything.
I guess I expected a little bit dirtier. You can't really smell cat litter in here, which is really nice.
While the Blue Cat Cafe serves food and drinks, Gray says their main goal is to help find forever homes for the many cats who need them. And so far, on that end, business is very good.
The Humane Society is low on cats, and they are saying that we have done so many adoptions, more than all off-sites combined in Austin, that we're causing them to be low on cats, which is really, really cool.
Gray encourages cat lovers and non-cat lovers to come by and check out the Blue Cat Cafe. Who knows, you might end up finding the perfect furry friend.
Well, I really like this idea, but I feel like we're barely scratching the surface here. I realize it's a cat cafe. Can we bring other pets to it?
You can. You can bring your dogs because there's an outside patio where you can sit and drink coffee, eat food. And I mean, you obviously can't have the dogs inside the cafe because they're cats. So, yeah, but you can.
Awesome. So I could bring my little Shar-Pei there. She'd love that. So in your story, I noticed the layout of the building itself was really cool. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So Rebecca Gray designed the layout to be cat friendly, because cats love climbing things, being on top, and, sleeping up there. So she put a tree inside the building where they can climb up that, and it's a scratching post for them. And she has areas where the cats can sleep up high so they can get away from humans if they don't want to interact with them. So
that's so cool. Do you know if they plan to expand? Because I'd really like to know if there's any other locations.
Yeah, Rebecca Gray plans on expanding, probably making more in Austin and also all over Texas, because it's the only one here. So, and it's a great way for adoptions to happen. So
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome. So Candace, you're actually hosting next week's show, and to my understanding, it's a post-grad theme. It's a post-college theme. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so there's going to be a couple stories. One of them is actually about internships, the importance of it, and giving students some information about that and how they can get into an internship. Another one that I thought was really interesting is there's going to be a new degree program that Texas State is going to be offering. It's actually called Digital Media Innovations, and it's going to be offered, I'm not entirely sure when, but we'll see.
Well, that sounds awesome, Candace. No, I'm actually really looking forward to that one. Well, that's it for this week's show, guys. If you could go ahead and do me a favor and check us out on Studio A YouTube channel, we really appreciate it. For everyone here, Nina, Megan, Leighanne, and Candace, I'm Jeffrey Hald, and we'll see you next time.